Good afternoon, everybody. I'm back. This time we're going to take a look at a Warden. This is by request, and I was building this character initially, and it occurred to me that Druid has one of my favorite Druid spells I never really use because I just don't build Druids this way typically. In Pillars 1, there really isn't a great way to do this, I think, but in this game with multiclass, different story. And that is the Flame Blade. I really think this is a cool spell. Firebrand, sorry, is a really cool spell that summons a scaling weapon, two-handed. It's a great sword that just is all fiery and cool looking. So, and it lasts a long time too. Base is 63 seconds plus intelligence. I gave this guy 10 intelligence because as a godlike, his spells should last longer while he's buffed, and I kind of wanted to have an easier chance to see how power levels are influencing base durations and area of effects and stuff. So the plan for this guy is he's devoted to greatswords, obviously, and I made him a stag because I haven't seen the stag before. And let's put him in this stance here so he has a higher accuracy. So with his greatsword proficiency, his firebrand should be extra powerful, more crits. Well, wait, more damaging crits and more penetration. Okay, and he's a life giver druid because that doesn't have a terrible drawback, and it just has more potent heals. Second wind, savage and wellspring of life. Nope, that's the ability from the. It should have been a core druid ability. Here it is. Jeez, I went right over like 6 times. Okay, so life giver. Druid power level is higher. Now, I don't think this will stack with the nature godlike. Nothing has ever stacked in terms of giving power levels that I've noticed. So let's assume it's not going to, and be surprised if it does. But anyway, the nice thing is you don't need to be triggering your in this case a nature godlike, or even care about being a nature godlike per se, because you're always going to be casting healing spells as though you're a couple power levels higher, and you get a bunch of power levels, healing druid spells for free at level up, which is great. So the drawback is you can't summon things, which kind of is a big drawback because summon spells are pretty useful, but you know that's just not this build. This build is a fighter. He's not going to cast a lot of summoning spells because they're slow to cast anyway. He'll be in the front lines fighting. And if he shifts when he comes back out of shift, his rejuvenation spells are weaker. So, all right. Well, with that, let's just get into it. There's no reason to really be coy, so let's just get this fight started. Okay, he's going to drop Discipline Barrage first, giving him concentration and intuitive for a big chance to move grazes to hits and hits to crits. He's going to knock this guy down. I don't think we need to have the combat going quite this slow. Alright, excellent. Now, let's Firebrand and take a look at that. Oh, he's going to hit really hard. Let's put this up first. This is, by the way, being casted a couple of... Oh, actually, this is... Technically, this should be power level +4. But you'll notice the power level is just +15% instead of +5%. And it's 5% per power level. So even though he's got Wellspring of Life on him, which he doesn't, but he should because he's got a +5 perception. That could be a bug. Well, regardless, he is getting a higher power level boost due to being a life giver. So let's get this going. Alright, excellent. And now we're going to cast this. This is going to regenerate him over time. He lost his buff. There we go. Excellent. Let's put this back up because I want to keep this going. That's a really powerful healing effect. Look at him. He's back up to full health again. How long does that last? Oh, another couple seconds. Nice. Alright, let's get down there. This thing hits so hard. let's take a look at it. It's really cool looking. Isn't that awesome? And it scales, although I don't know if it scales in the beta because there's a missing string where it should be scaling. But as far as I understand it, the scaling effect is effectively at a high enough level it'll become like the equivalent of a fine weapon. Then it'll become the equivalent of an exceptional and superior. And if there's anything past superior, who knows? So that's the plan for this, and it works really well. And the extra damage and all the bonuses it gets should get more important as you level up as well. What else can I do for healing? I can do a sunbeam, which will, I think Nature's Mark reduces duration and reflex. And the reason I picked Nature's Mark is because not only is it great for making it easier for anybody to hit a bunch of targets, reducing reflex actually pairs well with Sunbeam, which targets reflex. So I could kind of pull off a double here. Let's try it out. I don't know what his reflex is. I mean, I guess we could look from previous videos, but I don't remember those numbers. So we cast Nature's Mark. Again, a lot of Druid spells, real slow to cast, and I'm hoping that they kind of fix some of that. So now he's got he's -10 deflection and -10 reflex. So let's try this. There's like a little effect where the Nature's Mark was at. That's kind of cool. All right. This is a slow casting spell too. Boom. I did 30 points of damage. And this Firebrand spell is lasting a long time. So 30 seconds left on it. There we go. So there you go. That's some basic abilities. I haven't we didn't try the Spirit Shift. I was wondering about, because Spirit Shifting should end up using unarmed combat. And my wondering is, every character, at least in the beta 4, starts with 2 weapon proficiencies, greatsword and unarmed. Normally, a devoted only gets 1 weapon proficiency, and you pick it, and you pick great arm. But since every character is unarmed, I wondered if a shapeshifted druid would gain the perk of a devoted unarmed combat, which is extra penetration and crit, or would they have the -10 accuracy with unarmed because it's not their picked weapon? I'm not real sure, and I was kind of curious about that. So let's find out together. All right, get this going here. I'm gonna just put this up right away because I'm gonna get my butt kicked here otherwise, and it's a very powerful healing effect. All right, I guess let's just change. Oh, he's gonna mule kick. Will he mule kick and change? I'm not sure. No, he does change. Okay, mule kick. Mule kick. Missed? No, he didn't actually do it. Okay, so I made my butt kick there. I missed. My accuracy is 53, which is -10 devoted. So no, unfortunately, devoted might not be a great combination with Druid if you plan on using the Druid's shapeshifting ability a lot, like a shifter and a devoted. Probably not a great move there, I suppose. Can I get out of this? Okay, let's do this. Let's get this spell cast instead. I could do a big. Let's do that. Let's get this cast. Then we're gonna cast an empowered Returning Storm. And I still have... Oh, my rejuvenation spells are a little bit weaker now. That's right, -5, jeez. Okay, let's... Wow, my god, stop attacking me for a second, guys. I'm trying to do something. Oh, my recovery is like, I don't know, 17 minutes now. Let's try and heal. Dodge. You can't hit me. Oh my gosh, okay. Well... Alright, that was good to know. It's too bad that didn't work, but we now know that some of these abilities here just don't gel with this particular build. Power level, which I suspected was the case, isn't going to stack with Life Giver's inherent power level bonus to life spells, although it does make his offensive spells more powerful, so that's still not a bad choice. Devoted, which is great combination with, for example, Firebrand, not a great combination with unarmed combat in shapeshifted form. So I guess it depends on what you want to do with your character. Anyway, I think this was actually fun. I liked the combination. I've always been a big fan of Druids, and the fighters in Pillars of Eternity 2 are super, super good. So as far as combinations go, I feel like this is a pretty strong one, potentially. You had to build it kind of with some forethought. But again, if you're playing in just the normal difficulty, I don't think you can have a build that's going to be like, I can't beat the game, nothing like that. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions or anything, I've got a list of suggestions already going. I'm going to try and work my way through as we live to release. If I don't get to your suggestion, my apologies. There's so many of them. I don't know if I'll be able to get to all of them as we wind down in the beta section of the gameplay. But I do appreciate everyone who clicks on like and watches the video. You guys are amazing. Thanks again.